If you have ever wondered what happens to forgotten storage lockers, then you should watch Storage Wars on A&E. The channel already has an impressive lineup every week with Criminal Minds, XE, Miami, Parking Wars, Barter Kings, and more. The show has been going for a few seasons now, and there are a few things you should keep in mind when you are watching. First, bidders can only bid with the money in their pockets. Bidders also are not allowed to step inside or pick up anything in a storage locker. Otherwise, they cannot bid on it. Secondly, bidders have to bring their own locks and crews to unload the storage lockers, and the lockers have to be cleared out in 24 hours. Lastly, not every locker is worth bidding on even if someone else believes it is worth it. The main bidders that Storage Wars follows are Dave, Barry, Jared and Brandy, and Daryl and his son. There are a few other bidders that show up occasionally like Nebula, Mark, and Jeff. Dave. If there was an evil force in Storage Wars, it would have to be Dave. He likes to make other bidders overpay for lockers. Dave has even tried to start fights with other bidders such as Jared and Daryl before. When he bids, he says "yoop," which is why there is a big yoop on the side of his large trucks. He does not always fill his trucks, though. In Season 2, Dave had a hard time buying lockers and has since had to sell his consignment shop. He calls himself the mogul though, and often refers to his hands as the hands of gold. However, not everything Dave does is evil. He can be nice to some of the other bidders sometimes. Jared and Brandy. This couple during Season 1 were the newbie bidders. In the first episode or two you never see Brandy, but eventually they do begin coming to the auctions together. They own a thrift shop called Now and Then, which they are always trying to fill up with storage items. The two are always arguing because financially they are having a hard time, but you can tell they really do love each other. Daryl and his son. These two often come to the auctions together. Daryl calls himself an auction veteran because he has been to auctions for a long time. He has gone through several struggles such as a divorce and a break-in at his home. Daryl did overcome most of that though to buy a warehouse for his online business. Recently, he and his son have not been seeing eye to eye on lockers or auction locations. Barry. Everything is always more enjoyable when Barry shows up for auctions. He is funny and kind to people, but sometimes has problems with the other bidders because they think he is strange. Barry knows some famous people like the drummer from The Police. He is not afraid to take a risk on lockers either. No matter how you watch this show on A&E, you should give Storage Wars a chance because it really is a good show. Also, try some of the channel's other shows like Barter Kings, which is also fun to watch.